Okay, so I want to do an expansion of a post that I posted yesterday, which was motion equals emotion. I want to talk about this because I've been thinking about motivation a lot recently. More the thoughts of like breaking it down, what it is, and all that. And well, one, how to get it, but two, the misconceptions around motivation. So what do I mean by that? I feel like a lot of people view motivation as this feeling, as this thing that you have or you don't have, this thing that makes you feel excited to do things and get out of bed in the morning. I don't think that's what it is. I think that's inspiration. I think people are crossing over motivation and inspiration a lot. Inspiration I view as more as like you're feeling really excited about a new idea, a new prospect to do something. Motivation, I feel like you get from just starting, you get from progress, you get from competence, you get because you feel like not only are you getting better at something, but it's adding value to your life. So I posted yesterday, motion equals emotion, and that's a Tony Robbins quote. And when I wake up in the morning on a normal work life, when I'm going into the gym, I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and 6 out of 7 mornings in a week, my first immediate thought when my alarm goes off at 4 is motion equals emotion. That thought or that quote resonates with me because I know starting is the hardest thing to do. Starting is the hardest part. Getting yourself going is the part that everyone struggles with. And that's with myself at 4 o'clock in the morning. Let's be clear, I'm not motivated to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Not motivated to do that. I don't enjoy it. I'm not inspired by it. But I have a reason for it because I need 2 hours to wake up in the morning to feel good. I'm motivated to feel good, so I give myself 2 hours to wake up because that's what I need. And I want to feel good for work so I can be my best at my job. My job starts at 6. I get up at 4. Where am I going with this? Yes, so emotion equals emotion. Every morning when my alarm goes off at 4 a.m., I'm tired. I'm not awake, I'm not inspired, I'm not motivated, but I know the second I roll out of bed and get moving, I'm going to start feeling better and better and better and better and better. So I think what would be a good idea, maybe things for us to start thinking about and start practicing, is rethinking motivation or starting. Think of the whole starting process not so much as being motivated or not being motivated to do something, is to just get the momentum in starting, is just to create that energy. I think the goal should be creating progress, and that's typically where you get motivation from, is when you start to feel like you're getting better at something. Again, I'll use myself as an example. When I first started getting properly into a workout routine, I was somewhat motivated, but not massively motivated at the start. The point where I started really getting into it is like maybe like a month or 2 months into it, when I started to like pick up some momentum and I started to feel like I'm actually getting better at this. I'm actually pretty good at this. When I started to feel competent because I had progress, that's when I started to feel motivated to do more. So that's what we need to start looking at, is the start is always going to be hard. It's always going to be pretty awful. But if you get yourself moving and you just keep on focusing on taking one step at a time to keep creating progress, you will keep getting motivated. You create progress, you feel more confident, you feel motivated to do more. Because we all like to do things that we feel confident in. We all like to do things that we feel competent in. We're motivated to do those things because we feel good doing them. So that's the same thing when you're starting something new. If it's exercise, new routine, new habits, eating, all that kind of stuff, you just have to start. You just have to create that progress to get that motion, to get that emotion, which is why I like the Tony Robbins quote, motion equals emotion. First 10 minutes of my morning always is rough. It's always rough. But after 10 minutes, it gets a lot easier. And that's the same for literally everything else we do. The start is always the hardest. Taking the first few steps is always the hardest. If you just keep progressing forward, if you just keep taking step after step after step after step, you'll start to feel better and better and better and better. One thing I do like to remind myself in when I'm doing something new, and the start, I'm struggling at the start, is I always tell myself, this is the hard part. If I can push myself through this part, I'll get stronger, I'll get more competent, I'll get better at this. So that's a good little reminder as well when the hard part's coming. This is the part where it's testing you. It's like testing you, like, if you're a competitive person, can I really do this? Can I really push myself through this hard part? And chances are you can, chances are it'll get better. So I think what we need to do is take a lot of weight off motivation. Motivation is fleeting. Motivation doesn't last very long. It's habit that lasts longer. And that starts with just starting, creating the small steps. Eventually it'll just become a part of your routine. It'll just become one of those things that you do. People ask me, how on earth do you get up at 4 o'clock in the morning? Just do. I just do. Like, in my mind, there's no other choice. You just do it. Like, what is there to question? You just do it. And a lot of people have that. I look at other people, things that other people do. I'm like, how do you do that? And they just like, I just do. I just do it. It's just my routine, just my habit now. That's motivation. You just do it. It's just habit. It's just routine. You do it. So those are my thoughts. That's my expansion on motion equals emotion. I think it's good to have like a fun little quote attached to an idea. Something that you can say to yourself in a moment that reminds you of an idea that will keep you pushing forward. Mine's motion equals emotion. I think that's a good one to use. Maybe comment below if you have another one that you like. I think we all have something that makes us good, feels good, that resonates with us. Those are my thoughts. That's what I've got.